Okay. Very good morning to one and all. I'm Dr. Savita, founder of Ankuram. As the name itself says, that Ankuram means sprouting in Sanskrit. So we just would like to sprout ourselves to go back to our roots. The sprouting comes from the roots. So we also would like to sprout ourselves to get back to the roots. So with this vision, we started Ankuram. Ankuram is a very, very baby child or very small startup where we would like to give the value education to the kids and also to all age people, the different kinds of the traditional rituals, methods, and these kind of medicinal plants and all those things which helps us to go back to our roots. And I really welcome you all to this wonderful workshop. Namaste, namaskara, vanakkam to everyone. I'm really, really happy that so many people have joined from the different parts, and also like from Coimbatore, some people have joined, and from Kenya also somebody had registered. So we are very happy that the people are interested to get back to the nature. So in this process, we thought actually we do workshops for corporates, schools, colleges, apartments like that. Now, so this is our first debut where we are exploring this kind of a online workshop for the public people. And in that regard, I'm really extremely thankful to all of you for registering to our workshop. There are some men also in this workshop. Thanks a lot, sir, for all of you for joining to this workshop. I hope you all enjoy this workshop. But I do agree that the men also agree in the yeah, all the households are generally taken care by the women of that particular house. Whether we have got the first ranks in our colleges, schools, or other places in sports, we don't know. But definitely, we have become the first doctors in our family. We have become the first guides to our children, and we have become the first wellness masters. We have become the first nutritionist. There are so many firsts added to us as women. So, and in this regard, always there is a thought in our mind how to keep our family healthy and happy. And nowadays, with this AI generation, and in the name of the convenience, we are just losing our roots. And whatever our ancestors did, our moms and grandmoms, for them, their pharmacy was their kitchen, and wherever so their kitchen was their lab, and the pharmacy was their backyard. They used to grow these medicinal herbs and the plants in their backyards, and they never used to go to doctors so frequently and load us with so much of chemicals. I think it is right time now as we have to pass on this information to the next generation. Otherwise, we are going to lose this tradition. In this regard, we thought of having this workshop. I really, really welcome you all once again for the workshop. And thank you for taking out your time. I know some of you are working, and some of you are driving, and some of you are busy at their home chores, everything. Amidst of all your time, you have taken this busy schedule, you have taken the time for this. We really appreciate your time. And now I would like to call upon Dr. Maitri, who is the speaker of today's session. Giving a brief introduction about her, she is having a PhD in her bioenvironment technology, and she is an author who has authored 2 books, and she is also a researcher and also an academician for more than 10 plus years. So, with all this background, I would like to say that she is my best friend and also a very good homemaker, and who also likes to put her hands in all the sustainability events, and where we would like to present these kind of the little knowledge whatever we have to the people. So I call upon Dr. Maitri. She will be taking you through the presentation. After the presentation ends, I think we will go to the demo. The demo will be recorded separately through the video. I think after this session, the video of the demo will be shared separately. Thank you once again. I welcome you, Dr. Maitri, to take the stage.
Um, Thanks for the introduction, Savita. I'm truly humble. Good morning, all. And today uh, we will have a small presentation about pharmacy in your backyards, the medicinal plants. Just give me a second. I'll just open the presentation. PPT.
Yeah, just share the screen. No, it is there.
Let's not. Okay, thank you, Savita. I'll just try to share the screen. There is some hitch here. One second. Yeah, yeah. Hope you're able to see the screen. Pharmacy in urban gardens, panacea for gut health. Actually, Savita insisted me to take this topic because this is the need of the hour. Let us just quickly look at this collage. See, in earlier days, people were passionately, selflessly doing this. They were trying to ration these medicinal herbs from their backyards, or they used to procure from somebody else, and they used to give it selflessly to people who really needed it, who had ailments. And gradually, some of our ancestors, some our grandparents knew how to prepare these concoctions. Even of late, if you check in Bangalore streets, some vegetable vendors on cart, they do have these special herbs, like it can be moringa leaves, it can be basle sopo, it can be kashi sopo, or something, which are amazingly good for many ailments. Like they will have the herbs that are good for the diet in the postnatal period, or it can be for carrying mothers, lactating mothers, or it can be for patients who have severe arthritis. You do see some of these herbs, but gradually they are vanishing from our plates. So the intent of this webinar today is to retain that wisdom and try to just spread two cents of knowledge what we have gained to others, so that it will encourage you to have your small urban medicinal garden. Actually, while I was doing my research, I was so surprised to see that I used to go to collect the industrial effluents from areas like Pina and around surrounding places. There are so many barren lands there. Poor farmers are trying to use that as agricultural lands, where they are irrigated by the water that are laden with heavy metals. They are from the effluents of the industries, and that are getting into our greens and our food. It is just not getting stopped at our cold and cough, but it is really causing a lot of deeper organ damage and deeper issues, and that is indirectly impacting our gut. And more than that, the home cooked meal is being carried away by Swiggy, Zomato, and no doubt they are delivering the convenience at our doorstep, but they are taking our health away at the same pace. So it's better we have a safe urban garden, and so that when we try to use that in our diet, it boosts our gut health. And see, these are some of the issues, like it can be the rising lifestyle disorders and loss of green cover, and we are disconnecting from our traditional knowledge. See, all these are together contributing to the downfall. And see, when we try to over medicate for minor ailments with all the chemicals, we are trying to delay our healing, actually. So the preventive healing, that innate ability of our system, is getting lost, and there is increased chemical load on the body as well. So we are distancing ourselves from the healing. Now, we all talk about gut these days. What exactly is this human gut? See, gut microbiome is like a mini ecosystem inside human body, right? It keeps the digestion smooth, immunity strong, and even the mind balanced. So when we treat it well with good food, that will take care of us. They are like tiny soldiers who are working round the clock, and literally everything is dependent on our gut microbe. That is what exactly a gut microbe the gut microbiome does. See, from our mood swings, like we feeling anxious, we feeling panic, to our neurological health, our immunity, and the capacity of our gut to synthesize vitamins and amino acids, the ability for us to absorb the drugs, everything will depend upon this gut microbiome. And when we try to provide these medicinal plants, they are rich in prebiotics. That is, they have the substances which the microbe eat. They are the food for microbes. When microbes will delve on this and they try to break it down and they, release some compounds, that will give us immunity and that will give us the overall good health. So it's very important that we use it in our diet. So we will have a healing daily diet, and these are rich in natural probiotics and antioxidants. And medicinal plants will serve as food and it will nurture the gut naturally. We are using it as a small vegetable or a topping for salads, or it can be in our soups, it can be in our curries, or it can be in our sambar. We have this traditional knowledge incorporated with our food, and these days we are distancing ourselves from that. And they also act as preventive medicine. It is not only for healing. Once it's been proven by research that one who consumes a lot of these herbs in your daily diet, usually they don't fall sick very often. And these are the list of medicinal plants with their medicinal benefits. Anyway, I'll be sharing the PDF with you so that you can have a look at it. So these are the general medicinal plants like tulsi, aloe vera, mint, or ajwain, brahmi, giloy, or the amritavalli, what you call lemongrass, turmeric, dodipatre. These are some of the general herbs that can be comfortably grown in our backyards without much of maintenance. Now, quickly coming to the art of medicinal gardening. Why is it an art? Because there is a pattern, there is a beautiful look for all the plants. So even the medicinal plants can be arranged in an aesthetic way, and it can enhance the beauty of your urban spaces. And also, it will harmonize a very limited space. It is not only the structural; it can also be functional. That is, by look wise, it is giving a very rich green, lush green appearance to your balconies. It is kind of blending tradition with the modern urban living. And coming to the science of gardening, it is not only structural, as I told you, it is functional as well. That is, you're consuming, you're using, and these medicinal herbs in your diet. Before when coming to the science of gardening, let us just start from the scratch. Exactly, to grow a medicinal plant, what are the things that are needed? First and foremost, it is soil. Soil acts like a home base. That is, it provides the home for the roots to anchor and so that the plant can grow. And that is rich in array of millions and millions of microbes as well, which will condition the soil and provide a right environment for the plant to grow. And now coming to coco peat. Coco peat acts like a water tank. What exactly a water tank does? See, in our house, we have overhead tank which will store the excess water. Whenever we need water, we turn on the tap. Just like that, when a pot is watered, this coco peat will absorb the excess water and keep it ready like a water bottle. So whenever the plant needs, the plant drinks it from this water bottle, which is the coco peat. See, many have a wrong notion. If I have a building in seventh or eighth floor of the apartment, and I say that coco peat will make it very light, so I'll fill the pot only with coco peat and grow plants. That will not work. It's just a media. It is just a water holder. It is not providing any nutrition. For nutrition, you have to go for the other components along with the coco peat as well. But definitely, coco peat can be a major part of the potting mix so that the weight of the pot is reduced, and it keeps the pot mix soft and airy. Now coming to perlite. See, earlier we used to use only river sand. Of late, in urban spaces, to get the river sand, it's very difficult. So an alternate is a perlite. It's a polymer kind of a thing which is very lightweight. I'll be showing it in the demonstration. So it prevents the soil from becoming hard. It helps the root to breathe and prevent rotting. What exactly this does is, you just imagine some tiny balloons, in the soil, so the soils will not clog and it will provide the air spaces. That's what it does. So, and coming to vermicompost. Vermicompost gives the right food. It is the proper diet for the plants because it is rich in nitrogen, it is rich in humus, the organic content, which the plants will absorb and the plants will grow. They provide the natural nutrients and they make the soil highly fertile. Now coming to neem cake. Neem cakes are used, they act like doctors, just the way we suffer from insects like bacterial, when we suffer from fungal infections or bacterial infections, even the plants do suffer from insect bites or fungal infections or bacterial infections. So this neem cake will help the plant to protect from them. It keeps the plant disease free. And the eggshell powder, it is like a bone strengthener. Just the way we take calcium for our stronger bones, the plant's vitality is maintained by using this eggshell powder. And the wood ash, see, even now people, many of us do have this practice. In olden days, they used to do is these a lot, because when they used to use firewood or as fuel, the ash that was obtained at the last after they were burnt, the ash used to be sprayed on the plants. It's a natural fertilizer which will be rich in potassium, and it will really enhance the flowering and fruiting in plants. And coming to the potting mix and the soil health, the potting mix, we will be preparing it shortly in the demonstration. So I'll be showing it then. I'll skip this slide right now. And so overall, usually the soil will be around 35 to 40%. Coco peat, you should take around 25 to 30% of the quantity of that entire pot. If you have one whole pot, if almost 40% is the soil, 30% will be a coco peat, perlite around 15%, vermicompost to 15 to 20%, neem cake, eggshell powder, and wood ash, maybe hardly very little quantity, say 1 or 2 spoons, you can add to the mix. So putting together, now we understand that the soil serves as home. Coco peat is the water bottle or the water keeper for the plant. Perlite acts as the air giver. Vermicompost is the food, and neem cake acts as the doctor or the protector. And the eggshell will enhance the vitality or the bone strength of the plant. And wood ash is the vitamin booster. So when all these come together, the plant gets a comfortable home, the right amount of water, air to breathe, enough food, and protection from pests, so that it will have strong roots and stems, better flowers and fruits. So just the way we are trying to provide a child a right environment to grow well, that's how even the plant needs a right environment, a right component of all these things to thrive well. And coming to classification of medicinal plants based on sunlight requirements. See, each plant's sunlight requirements are different. You can't put a shade-loving plant in a bright light, and when it wilts, you can't get disappointed. Usually, we pick plants from many of the attractive exhibitions without having this knowledge of light requirement. When we try to put the plants in wrong spaces, it we will not be successful gardeners. So this knowledge is a prerequisite. There are some plants that love full sun, some are partial shade, and some are low light. And also sometimes, you have to keep rotating these plants according to their needs. The plants will speak up. If it is really very hot, the plant will show a wilty appearance. At that time, you can move it little to the shade and bring it back to the sun. You can keep rotating these pots and their places. So best is to match your light direction with the plant light needs, or the balcony direction, or the placement of pots. So in east facing balconies, you get very gentle morning sun. This is ideal for semi-shaded plants like your peppermint, dodipatre, and the long pepper or insulin plant. Whereas south or west facing balconies, they get very strong sunlight post noon. This is best for sun loving plants. It can withstand that heat intensity too, like aloe vera, tulsi, and all those plants. And coming to shaded or the indoor balconies for sensitive plants, balconies with minimal direct sunlight, that is, it can be north facing, or if it is shaded by buildings, you need not get disappointed. You can start planting shade loving plants there. And usually the plant strength can be exploited to fill the hot zones. In your terrace, if it is very hot, you can put the complete sun-loving plants there. And in that way, and when you try to combine all the plants with the similar needs at one spot, it is easier for the plants to thrive, and it is easier for you also to maintain. This is a chart which shows the light requirements of different medicinal plants that we are trying to show you today in the webinar, so that you can have a look at it in your PDFs. See, these are some of the plants which are sun-loving, which need around 6 to 8 hours of direct sunlight daily, like tulsi, tulsi, aloe vera, ashwagandha, lemongrass, and turmeric. And partial sun or partial shade plants, it is just need around 3 to 6 hours of direct or even filtered sunlight. Sometimes you have a skylight in your home or in balcony, you are just having some acrylic roofs, but the light is coming, the direct sun is not coming. Even that is fine. 3 to 6 hours of direct or filtered sunlight is needed, like peppermint, brahmi, curry leaves, or even the periwinkle, ginger, or hongone sopo. This hongone sopo, or joycicyle weed, it is extremely good for your gut and intestine. And coming to the shade loving medicinal plants, they need very less light, less than 3 hours of indirect light. Even in those spaces, even sometimes in indoor spaces, they can comfortably thrive. These are some of the plants. But whatever it is, once in a while, even the indoor plants, they really need a bit of exposure to sun. So try to take them to terrace once in a while and expose it to the natural light and bring it back. And coming to the good bugs in medicinal garden. Now, what exactly is the difference between these pest, predator, and disease? See, whenever we try to visit the garden in early mornings, you can see all these beautiful, colorful pests. Of course, here it is a magnified image. You see them as very, very tiny spots on your plants if you really a keen observer. So, what exactly is a pest? Pest is a troublemaker. They are insects or creatures that damage your plants by either chewing leaves or sucking the plant sap or ruining the roots, like aphids or caterpillars. So these things are dangerous and they need to be shooed away. But whereas predators, they are like soldiers. They are plants' bodyguard. Predators are the good insects that eat the pest and they protect the plants naturally. So when we try to apply some pesticides or insecticides, even these predators are shooed away. Then we are at loss. And coming to disease it's usually caused by a fungus, bacteria, or virus that will weaken the plants, and the plants will show it up in the form of developing yellow leaves or black spots or rotting stems. So it is like, and sometimes even the infections, they do spread it to other plants also, like what we do. Right. So the pest is a living insect that harm plants. Predator is a living insect that help plants, and disease it's not an insect but it's an infection that weakens the plant. So now, in an herbal medicinal plant garden, when you see lacewings, honeybees, or butterflies or ladybugs, you think that it is an ISI mark for your good garden because they don't turn up if there are too much of pesticides. You can definitely have a lot of chemicals. For time being, you can have good fruits and flowers and beautiful foliage, but that is not a natural way. And when you do that, these agents will stop visiting your garden. So only when they come, there is good amount of pollination. The plants are able to propagate themselves naturally, and there's a good biodiversity that is maintained. So it should be a sanctuary not just for the plants, but also for these tiny little organisms who work around the clock. Now, coming to the core of the gardening is watering. We all say that, we water it daily, but still I see my plants very wilted and unhappy. Sometimes even that is the reason. Medicinal plants are extremely sensitive to water. It is just like we can't keep on eating even when we are full. So sometimes depending on the season, weather, and the sunlight, the requirement for water will also vary, and we need to respond to it. We need to water based on need and not based on the clock. So water only when the top soil feels dry. Touch the soil with your finger. If the top 1 to 2 inches feel dry, then only water the plant. If it is still more moist, we should wait. Most medicinal plants, they get sick if you water too much, and it will result in root rots and fungal diseases. And we need to water deeply and not very frequently. The full watering is needed so that it reaches the roots, and this makes the roots strong. And usually 2 to 3 days, once in 2 to 3 days it should do mostly, unless if it is very, very hot summer. Otherwise we need not water it daily. The moisture in the pot will take care of its survival. And one more tip, especially when you want it to flower fast, water less. That is the thumb rule. And morning watering is usually the healthiest. Now, we have to use a pot that has a drainage hole. That is, it should be plugged with some stones or something, but it should not be sealed. So that, whenever you try to water a potted plant, the water should just moisten the roots and, pass through the soil. It should get out of the pot and it should not stagnate there, causing the harm to the roots. And also, the shower watering is the best. In rose can, when you shower water, the plants just love. When you go out in a hot sun and when you try to stand under a shower, the kind of happiness you get, it's the same with plants as well. So, especially when plants are grouped and they are shower water together, they love it the most. When we use watering through hose pipes, it is very harsh on plants. It might damage the plant. It will displace the soil and nutrition is lost. And also sometimes it will damage the roots as well. So sometimes I know all of us have a very busy schedule. We can have a drip mode, drip irrigation method, and we can connect pipes to various spots. And once in a while, you can just switch on the drip and you can water the plants. It's allowed. But at least once in a week, feel the connect by shower watering them and taking it to the morning early sun on your terraces. They really, even the indoor plants, love those trips. And these are some of the smart watering tips that early morning or late evening is best for watering. And preferably when we use a narrow spout, it will help to prevent the damage and avoid overwatering and use mulch, especially when we have trees around our houses. And when a lot of leaves are fall daily, usually we crib that it's a garbage, but actually it's a rich organic manure for the plants. When you try to process it or allow it for some time to decay and then apply on the top layer of the soil, it is a kind of slow release system of nutrients for the plants, and also it will cover the top layer of the soil. So we should listen to our garden and not the clock. And coming to companion planting, see, some plants grow better when they are kept together. One influences the other to grow better. Just like people have friends and they get along, plants also have friends. Keeping the friendly plants together will help both to grow healthier together, and they improve each other's growth. Say, for example, some plants release some useful substances into soil or air, like basil, and that will help the tomatoes to grow better. Mint will help the cabbage. Marigold will boost, almost all the plants by alluring insects away from your regular house. So it's like they save the space and they make the garden healthier. There are a lot of companion charts that are available. Definitely, if you're interested, we can do share in the group. And they are better together because it's a natural pest control. You need not apply any pesticide. See, if you have a tomato plant, instead of applying pesticide, put a marigold plant beside. That will take care. And it's natural and you're not loading it with any chemical. And it will attract beneficial insects because, marigolds will have bright yellow color and it's the best pollen attractor. And it also improves the soil health by releasing certain compounds, and it will enhance the plant growth and potency. It will maximize the garden space. And we might feel that we have very small and little balconies. How to manage. We don't have very big pots. It should not matter. We can go vertical instead of going outward. Even in railings, we can place some pots. We can place tall top plants in the behind and smaller ones in the front, so that the light distribution is not hindered. From 24 inches pot to 4 inches pot, you can vary size. And if you just have imagination, even a waste container can be a beautiful pot. And preferably it's better when we choose space saving containers. We can plant more even in little spaces. And when we group plants with similar needs together, it's easier. Sun loving plants all together, when you put it at one place, you will be watering it in the same way and they will all be getting the right requirement of sun. And shade loving plants can go to a shady places. See, if you see in this picture, there is a spiral garden where the sun loving plants are in the front and shade loving plants are behind. So in the same place, you are fulfilling the requirements of both type of plants. And usually we should avoid disease-free seeds or seedlings so that we don't spread the infection to the soil and to the neighboring plants. And we should maintain proper spacing for air circulation. best is to go natural or organic. And when you should do crop rotation. Say, for example, if you harvest one batch of say brahmi, after you harvest brahmi, in the same pot you grow something else like mint or something, and change the pot or change the plants, so that there is a diversity of microbes that gets enhanced in the soil. And some of the common diseases of medicinal plants, I will not touch this zone because this itself is a huge webinar topic. Maybe we can take it in phase 2, the diseases and their natural treatments. So coming to backyard pharmacy, it's like it's really having a safe pharmacy in our backyards, and it's a natural first aid kit where we are opting for holistic healing, and this is the foundation of our ancient Ayurveda. Coming to the last and the most interesting part of the presentation is a kitchen corner. See, I thought the presentation would be incomplete. See, that's what even Dr. Savita told me, that, this presentation for this topic, it is incomplete without kitchen. So we try to include this section in the last part, where it's a simple dishes from medicinal plants. It's not the recipes; they are kind of ideas that I have, collated. This whatever I have tried to document. See, using brahmi, we can try brahmi chutney or brahmi tambuli or buttermilk curry out of it. And even you can add the brahmi dosa to the dosa batter mix. You can also grind it. It gives a very beautiful light green color to the dosa mix. At the same time, the rich food is enriching your gut. Once in a while, it's a very nice idea to incorporate these medicinal plants. And our dosa and idlis are like thermodynamic sinks. They can really take up lot of herbs inside them, but still keep the taste and nutrition intact. And coming to gotu kola or the manduka parni, this is also called as one type of brahmi or the penny wort, where you get the coin shaped leaves. It can be grown in water bottles too in your kitchen, and it can add to your decorative space. And gotu kola salad and gotu kola chutneys, they taste very well. I sometimes add it to the dals also. And the long pepper, see, before Vasco da Gama found the Indian land, he discovered that space for the Westerners. Earlier to that, we used to have only long pepper or the hippili or tippili, what you call in Tamil and Telugu. Actually, this long pepper is used for making this kashayam or the concoctions, and it can be used to make rasam, and it is used to make herbal tea. It's an excellent decongestant, and it serves the purpose amazingly well for your cold weathers, especially when you have a bad cough and bad throat. And Cissus quadrangularis, this is one small stick you try to, I mean, it doesn't have leaf. It's a succulent stem that grows and gets propagated. And it's very, very easy to maintain. It doesn't need any maintenance. And the chutneys out of it are very, very tasty. And also it can be used in rice mixes, what you use. And earlier days, they used to use it for making papads, so that it gets its texture, and it can become very crisp. For that reason, they used to use it in papads also. And kidney stone plant or the bryophyllum, even one single leaf, you take it out, you can generate an entire plant out of it. You can make leaf juice out of it, chutneys out of it, and herbal drinks with honey. This is an amazing healer for your kidney stone problem. And insulin plant, you can make nice smoothies and chutneys out of it, and you can also chew the leaf raw. This will definitely reduce your glycemic index, like your glucose levels go down drastically with this. And peppermint, it's a mint tea or mint chutney, or you can also make coolers out of it. Beetle leaf, we all know only the traditional purpose of beetle leaf. This is probably an ocean of medicine in that small palm shaped leaf. And you can make rasam out of it. You can also use it in chutney. And we know it only for the traditional purpose. The reason why we used to give this ele adike or was, this leaf has literally everything, all medicinal property. So on festive occasion, it was a sign of gratitude and sign of inclusion to give it to others, to share it to others, the nature's basket of medicine. So that is the beauty of this plant. And these are the collated pictures of some attractive pictures of the kitchen dishes. That is the gotu kola salad. You can see the tippali rasam or the pirandai chutney, or that tambuli what you make out of brahmi, the kidney stone plant juice, the insulin chutney or the peppermint juice, and even the beetle leaf rasam. Trust me, I have tried all these things. They really enhance the taste, and it will trigger your taste buds for a better and healthy appetite, so you can eat more of this. It's you replacing all your Swiggy or Zomato stuff, and definitely it will enhance your health. Because I have tried, I thought of sharing these with you. And this is a tabular column which shows the different dishes, their gut health benefit and overall health impact. You can just go through this once the PDF is shared. So coming to the bird's eye view of our presentation, we learned why medicinal plants are needed in urban spaces, and how we are complicating healing of late by moving from home garden to chemical pharmacy. And we learned about the human gut microbiome, and how medicinal plants act as the gut boosters, and some of the benefits of medicinal plants, and the science of medicinal gardening, the potting mix, which are the different components like soil, vermicompost, perlite, and other things, and the light requirement of a plant, the watering logistics, and also we learned about the bugs and the watering guidelines, benefits of companion planting, and finally the kitchen corner. We just got few innovative ideas about using these medicinal plants in our daily platter. So this is a quick quiz time. See, if you're unable to answer it now, the PDF will be shared and you can take this quiz later as well. But if you are free at home, and if you are, if you're driving, you cannot help it. So you can just take a quick look at this, where in each question, you have to rate yourself between 1 to 5. 1 is never, 2 is rarely, 3 is sometimes, 4 is often you do it, and 5 is always you do it. It is just to check how green is your medicinal garden quotient. So I'll just quickly go through these questions. You can as well take the quiz later as well. The first one is how confidently you're able to identify the plants. That is between the medicinal plants. Rate yourself from 1 at the scale of 1 to 5. And how do you have a knowledge of the health benefits of these plants? Then, if you grow medicinal plants at home or maintain a herbal garden corner, how do you rate yourself between scale of 1 to 5? And if you're a person who uses natural potting mix, compost, organic pest control, or you just blindly opt for chemicals, you please take this quiz. And the fifth is about the potting mix awareness, where you understand the function of cocopeat, compost, and the individual components for your plant growth. Then the sixth question is on ecology and understanding, and that is how you consider seasons, sunlight hours, and watering patterns. And coming to uh, the safe usage, just a second, 1 second.
Step the recording.
Huh. ಇದಲ್ವಾ?
This one. This one. Next one.
Huh.
No, not that.
Huh.
Just go to that.
Huh.
Yeah.
It is recording. Okay. Oh, sorry for the interruption. Yeah. So, and the seventh question is about the safe usage awareness. And the eighth question is about the home remedy confidence. How confident are you in preparing herbal infusions, kada, or packs? So, this is about it. And the last two questions are about sustainable gardening, whether you recycle, you prepare compost at home, or you reuse, reduce, and recycle. And the 10th question is about the herbal lifestyle consistency. I regularly use homegrown herbs in my diet, skincare, and wellness routines. The intent is, see, if you're comfortable, you can also share it with others, or it is just a self analysis for your green quotient. The scoring interpretation goes like this: if it is 10 to 20, you're just a beginner; 21 to 35, you're a green learner; 36 to 50, you're a green warrior. I would like to end my presentation saying that plants are just not alternative medicine, they are the original. Thank you. So we will directly proceed now to uh, the demonstration.